Good evening, everyone. I'm Riley Mullins, and this is our last sports night. Spring means spring training football. The Flomaton Hurricanes are busy preparing for the spring game next Friday against Escambia County High School. W.S. Neal is preparing for an unusual spring game in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. George Andrews talked with some of the coaches and players about the game.
Summer is here. That means it's time for summer workouts. We talked with Coach Rock and Coach Fun about what the summer consists of, the two teams that they're playing for the spring game, and who has stood on the team the most so far. What consist of?
It'll be a lot of hard work and the time for guys to get mentally tougher and us transition and get prepared for the season and just prepare ourselves.
All right, tell me about the two teams you're facing in the spring game.
They're good teams. We got to get more discipline, but those teams are good. They're capable of beating us, but they have a lot of talent. They're deep in the talent pool, but we just got to line up and do what we're supposed to, and hopefully we'll be fine.
All right, which player has stood out so far?
Probably, it's a few. You can say Gerard Crooker stood out. He's doing a good job. John Andrews, Almir, Omar Thomas, Quavion McCants, Jaden Ewing, Shelton, 8th grader. They've done a pretty decent job of just being consistent, and Jaden Stuckey. They've all done a good job of being consistent on making plays and being where they're supposed to be and trying to study the playbook and understand what they're supposed to be doing.
All right, thank you for your time.
You're not.
So, what would summer workouts consist of?
Well, we pretty much do a lot of weightlifting in the summer, a lot of conditioning. We'll probably go to some 7-on-7s and maybe some offensive line camps and stuff like that, but mostly just getting back in that weight room and trying to see what we need to improve on from the spring to the fall.
All right, tell me about the two teams we're competing against in the spring game.
Don't really know much about them. East Lauderdale and Morton out of Mississippi, both of them. From what I understand, Morton's got some pretty outstanding athletes. East Lauderdale is they got a new football coach. I think they've got a good program, but it's just brand new. They got a new coach there. Don't really know a lot about them. It's kind of like a spring game, which we're just going to try to go over and find out a little bit about ourselves and see how we can adjust and work on the run.
Who on the team has stood out the most?
Who on the team has stood out the most? That's a good question, George. I don't know. We've had several players that we've been proud of, seeing improvement over last year. I think at this time it's hard to really pick one single person. Our number one thing that we really want to improve on is our strength and our physicality during the all season. I'm pretty pleased with that so far the first 3 days of spring, but I think we'll have to wait till the end to see who's really had a great spring for us.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
So with the scrimmage coming up this Friday, which team think gonna win, blue or white?
I think white team's gonna win. I think we're a better overall team. We got a better O-line. Our run game's pretty good. I don't think our passing game is gonna be that good, but I think we're gonna be a better team overall.
So with the scrimmage coming up this Friday, which team think gonna win, blue or white?
I think the white team gonna win, honestly, because the offensive line is bigger and better, and the run game. But we don't really got nobody to throw the ball because the quarterback is like 5'7", 5'5". He can't see over the O-line. But the blue team do have a good chance too with a great running back. Not gonna name any names though. But their offensive line is just not as good as the white team, so the white team's gonna take it with the offensive line. So
with the scrimmage coming up this Friday, which team think gonna win, blue or white?
So I recently just joined the team, but I think white gonna come out on top. Blue gonna do that thing, but we gonna go out there and do our thing. So I feel like white team gonna win.
W.S. Neal's spring game will be on May 20th on the campus of Southern Mississippi. Last weekend, our local track teams competed in the state track meet in Coleman. The Flomaton boys track team finished as the 3A runner-up. Quentin Odom, who was a member of the track team, shares some of his experience from track this year.
I qualified for state. It was the final sectional meet, and that's where like the prelims and the finals are. And I made it to finals, and I went out with a bang. I jumped to 42. I jumped to 42, 3.5 at finals, and I got first place in long and triple jump. And then here's some medal. Here's first place medal. I got these 2 medals in sectionals, and then this is my state number 1 runner-up for triple jump, and this is 6th place for long jump. And I qualified at sectionals, and it's like at sectionals, you get qualified, you have to place in. So you have to come in top 8 to make it to the finals, and whoever comes first, second, third, that's who get on the podium and go on the stage. And luckily I was one of them because I jumped the farthest, and yeah, missed the 3A. My first, like when I first heard or got qualified for state, it was just a good feeling because I felt like I went in with good positive energy, like I was gonna win first place, and that's what I went up there to do. So like the experience in track was just. It was just fun. It was a fun moment to happen because, like, they go to state. A couple people go to state, but like they usually don't end up winning first place. So, and I went to state for long and triple jump, and I won first place in triple jump. I jumped 43.10, and that was a PR for me. And then I lost. I came second in long jump, and I jumped 22.4.5 and lost by a centimeter. And it was just a good feeling, and I'm praying to go next year. And we got state runner-up as the boys team, got state runner-up in track. And track was just so fun this year. It was just a good moment. Everybody had fun. It was also a track student's birthday. We celebrated. Deontay Avery, they won 4x. They came 3rd place in 4x1. Still fast. That's good. Great. Shout out to them. And yeah, it was just a good fun moment to be going, announce the state, qualify for state in track. And I'll be looking forward to seeing me jump farther next year.
The WS Neal Blue Eagles Band will have their spring concert Tuesday night at the Woodfin Patterson Auditorium on the campus of Coastal Alabama Community College. Band member Kara Smith shares her experience with band this year.
Probably band. It's just something that I've done ever since I was younger. It's something that I kind of chose on a whim back in 5th grade, but I ended up just loving it and staying in it. And so now this is my 8th year doing it. Well, you get a little bit of everything with it. Marching band, you get something physical. You get to go to all the football games, meet new people. And then concert season, you're able to just sit down, chill out, and work on harder music every single year and meet new people. And then there's of course all the little things you can do on the side, like solo ensemble or honor bands, all state, all that fun stuff.
The W.S. Neal art class will display their work in the lobby of the Patterson Auditorium Tuesday evening, beginning at 5:30. The band concert will begin at 6:30. 10 junior girls will be chosen as the first Blueberry Trail Maids. Chosen from T.R. Miller were Bella Walker, Kathleen Brewer, Jasara Grace Peters, Abby Black, Alexandra Brooks, and Olivia Beasley from W.S. Neal. Bailey White, Alexa Stewart, Madison Simpson, Morgan Hicks, Emily Pettis, Demaya Floyd. Tana Wright spoke with some of the girls to find out about the process of being chosen as the Blueberry Trail Maids.
I had to go through an application process and have a letter of recommendation as well as an interview process.
Okay, so we had to fill out an application and then our application had to be picked and then we got to do the interview process and then I got picked.
First you filled out an application and they scored your questions. And then you got picked for an interview, and then they scored your interview, and then contacted you if you made it.
The application that we had to fill out, then once you got interviewed, picked for the interview, you had an interview. And we also had to get a letter of recommendation from anyone that we think is respectable enough to give us a letter of recommendation.
was honestly ecstatic because I don't doubt myself, but it's just something that is held to the most pristine girls. So I was honestly just happy they thought I was one of those girls.
I was very happy and very shocked. I didn't actually think that I was gonna get it, but I was just so happy and yeah.
Shocked and really excited and super grateful.
11:30 at night when I found out, but I called my mom and we both cried on the phone because we were really happy.
Okay, so my other organizations, they do open a lot of opportunities, but this one opens more and it gives me more experience to the real world than normal.
Well, this organization is feels like we're gonna do a lot more and be a lot more involved with the community. And other organizations, we really don't get out in the community that much, so.
The organization is more so empowering women and lots of volunteer work, and they're trying to teach us to be more independent rather than depend on anyone else.
This organization, we just give back to the community more than others, and we have more responsibility in this organization.
I would. It can open a lot of opportunities and it's just a good environment to be around. All right, thank you.
Any upcoming juniors who will get this application, I would most definitely do it.
Most of our students have already filled out schedules for next year, but just in case you're still wondering what we teach here at ECRC, Jalen Williams, Ashlyn Ard, Mackenzie Hawkins talk to each of the teachers about what they teach and why should a student take their class.
My name is Mr. Jernigan. I am the construction technology teacher here at ECRC. We teach all about carpentry, home building, working on houses, home repair, things like that. There's a great demand of this in today's workforce. So we would love to have you come take this class. It's a fun class, an opportunity that you can learn to use all kind of different tools, build things with your hands, and hopefully go on to be successful in a contracting career, or at the very least working as a worker in the construction field. So we love to have anybody that wants to sign up, and look forward to seeing y'all next year. Thanks.
Amber Wilson, health science. We learn anatomy and medical terminology and patient care. If they have any interest in any kind of healthcare field, this would benefit them.
Do kids pursue a career in this field after school?
Absolutely. Nursing, CNA, physical therapist, veterinary medicine, anything in the healthcare realm.
Marty Long, teach welding. We cut metal, weld T-joints, lap joints, groove weld. The demand for welding is real high. I was in Skills USA this past week, and band from England Shipyard said they were paying up to $22 an hour for welding, and they need 5,600 welders. Yes, they can go to Coastal or Ed Reed, or they can go to a training facility at English Shipyard.
It's Carter Wilson, teach industrial maintenance. This is my first year here. After being gone for a little while, I taught here before a few years back. We teach students how to prepare for a career in industrial maintenance, which is maintaining equipment in an industrial setting, factories, keeping machines, so they can get a leg up on that kind of, they're usually interested in that kind of work, electrical, mechanical type work, and it'll help them get prepared.
I have been teaching here at ECRC for 2.5 years and a total of 10 years of teaching. We teach maintenance light repair, and that goes from A through D, starts with basics, fundamentals, and up through engine repair and brakes, steering, suspension. I can't lie, we'll be in the classroom, but most importantly, we'll get students out in the shop and get them experience just working with their hands, working with different tools, and all the content in the shop is related to the content that's reviewed in the classroom. We believe in getting students exposed to the automotive environment, not just working on vehicles or working with your hands, but as a career as a whole. How you buy a car, what you look for, and maybe how to perform maintenance if you break down the side of the road, how to change a tire. So I encourage students to take this class just to become aware of what the automotive industry is about. Yes, just like any career tech area, automotive has an outstanding outlook for the future for students who want to proceed it. If they want to just become a technician, or if they want to participate with post-secondary, there are trade schools related to our field. And so if a student wants to progress, there's no dead end. Students have opportunities beyond graduation.
I'm the business education teacher here in the Microsoft Imagine Academy. I have been teaching business education here at the Escambia Career Readiness Center for 14 years. Okay, the credential for my class is to pass 2 Microsoft Office Specialist tests, and I started doing that 10 years ago with Office 2010, and today we're up to Office 2019. Well, these are some really good skills to have, and whether or not you're going to try to seek employment after high school or you're going to go on to college, I mean, business and technology are good skills to have.
I'm the Law and Public Safety instructor here at Escambia Career Readiness Center. In this classroom, we study emergency medical responder and public safety telecommunicator through Alabama Fire College. I've been here just over 2 years. In this class, it puts you on a pathway to possibly work on the ambulance or for like fire departments or police departments. I'm a CPR instructor also, so I give the students an opportunity to learn and certify in CPR.
Why should kids take your class?
This is a really great field to be in. It's anything in the medical field is wide open, from nursing to paramedics, and just about every industry out there needs medical people, from oil rigs to hospitals to ambulance and fire departments. Yes, very much so. And like I just said, it opens up the door for anything really in the medical field.
My name is Willie Fedtroy. I teach information technology over here at Career Readiness Center.
In this class.
This is my 2nd year teaching computers, but I've actually been with the county for 10 years, but I've been teaching for 2 years. We teach kids about computers, networking is all about the computer, like we go over networking, operating system, the hardware, and different stuff, everything to repair computers. Because computers is the future. Everything is going to technology, and it will help them in the future in their careers. Sure, I have a couple kids that came to my class. At the end of my course, they get a certification, and they can go to work at ProValis or any other computer industry.
Teach sports broadcasting. My first year teaching this class here, but I taught television production at Flomaton for 16 years previously. Basically, sports broadcasting, we do some live events, but mostly what we do is we have a Thursday night show where we edit sports highlights and interview people about sports and put together a show based on the sporting events from Flomaton High School, T.R. Miller High School, and W.S. Neal High School. It's a good class to learn communication skills. Even if you don't plan to go into the media, everybody needs to know how to talk to people. You need to be able to communicate effectively. And so pretty much anything that you would want to go into, this class can help you, because you'll get better at talking to people. And sometimes you get put in uncomfortable situations where you have to interview people and things like that we don't really do a lot of, but it makes you ask questions, and then you edit and put things together. And so I just think it's a good class for anybody to take to learn how to communicate better. Yes, absolutely. In fact, one of my students that's about to graduate will be going to Troy University in the fall, and he will be studying broadcast journalism. I've already lined up an internship, possible job for him after 4 years at Troy. I've had former students to go and work for Disney. I have a former student that's a producer in Missouri, and people all over the country that have come through my program and continue to go and seek employment in the media. So yeah, absolutely.
That's our last show for this year. We hope you have enjoyed joining us every Thursday night. We hope you will join us on Thursday, August 17th for our first show of the next school year. Thank you for joining us. Enjoy your summer. I'm Riley Mullins. Good night, everyone.